Woo! All right. It's finally done. Hey, it's Mark here from Fine Woodworking, back at it again on this cradle rocker build. This is going to be like part 2 of the rail. I wanted to break that up into 2, but in the last one we actually cut out the slats, sanded them, glued them up, put them in the form, pulled them out, put the this pattern on there and cut it out, and then I smoothed out the bottom with the rasp. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and sand this bottom portion to get it smooth, relatively smooth, so I can mark a line, the middle line on this, and then start planning spindle holes. All right, so let's get to it. All right, like I said, it came out to about 1.5 inches. So I'm going to mark a center line at 3/4 all the way around that. Highlight that. Ooh, it's getting warm here in South Carolina. It's what, April 17th? Picked up my tomato plants, ready to plant. Got some San Marzano for pizza sauce and some cherry tomatoes for my wife's salad. All right, I'm gonna mark these. Now they're not gonna go straight in. See how that curves down. If I went that way flat on it, but it's got to go that way against the curve, and then also it's got to angle toward the inside slightly. What I'll do once I get these drilled, loosen these screws so they can move. This curve, trying to get them straight. It's interesting. Yeah. Figured that since I had to cut these down. Let's see where. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna take my time and fit each individual one and make sure they're good to go before I go to town and try to fit that on. So, all right, I'll let you go. Magic of editing, we'll get to the last one. All right. See how we did. All right. Wow. Okay, that's gonna be fun when it's time to glue up. I mean, it's not coming out, but that was a bear. And they're not all seating full 3/4 right now. That's rock solid. That thing ain't moving. Wow. That'd be fun getting these out. Yeah, that was a good learning experience. One thing I'm definitely gonna do is in his video, once this is shaped, he has blue painter's tape on this. I'm gonna put it on this and the spindles. So my word, you know that just to protect, because you're going to be pounding for a while with that glue. He used epoxy. I don't know. I'll see how that does, but all right. Well, let's shape this thing, this rail, and see if we can get it back on. Okay, I roughed out the top, got it uniform. I'm just marking a rough halfway point. You know, I like to do halves on the roundovers. Yeah, this is fun. I mean, I do enjoy shaping by hand. The other day I was doing, there's like 4 corners. I did 3, and it was like 90 degrees out here. So I kind of put a break on that. But yeah, it's coming along. Sometimes you'd use the rounded side, but I want to be able to make that round over. There's no easy way to hold this. All right. For rough shaping, that's pretty good. So I did run into some issues with spaces between the slats and the glue up. Yeah, and there's some blue lines I see that I'll have to address. But yeah, just, you know, I didn't see them. I'm just gonna mix some glue and dust and shoot it in there. See how she goes, but there's a big one right there. But overall, it's not bad. I got these, I don't know if you can see that. The white line is from the glue, Gorilla Glue. Might look nice. They might think it's a highlight that you put in the rockers. All right, I'm gonna rough sand this. Yeah, well, it's rough hard. Sand it down with 60. Get it smooth, see how it looks. But yeah. Oh, wow. All right, it's taking shape. Whew. Yeah, I got a few gaps to fill here. I'll have to write Scott, find out if he had that issue at times. May just be me. All right. Well, I want to work on that front leg and that kind of situated. And then we'll go from there. All right. Well, I promised that I was going to be a channel that didn't hide mistakes and errors and didn't just produce beautiful pieces and never show the tough parts about it. But yeah, so on the lamination of this rail, I was thinking way too much and not doing what Scott Morrison found to work over the times that he built it. He just laid the flats out, sprayed some water, put the glue on, bent them, and I thought, man, that's tough. I'm gonna steam bend them, put them in the form, and then when they come out, I'll just put the glue on and get them back in. And yeah, that didn't work. So it was a fiasco, but I got them in, and you know, overall, when I cut them out with the jigsaw, I'm like, oh, yeah, they held pretty good. But now that I'm shaping them, yeah, I'm seeing some gaps in my laminates. So I need to address that so that these don't break off or anything or chip off, you know. And so I'm going to clean them out the best I can. I'm going to make some dust. Take some dust and some glue and fill these. Yeah. Nothing wrong with admitting you had some oops. Yeah. So I'm just gonna work around here. Yeah, that one goes in deep there. See how we do. All right. I gotta get me some popsicle sticks. Oh, my dogs are barking. I get some popsicle sticks to mix my stuff with. All I got is the end of this brush that I crushed. Mix it in. All right. I don't know if there's a set way to make this. There's a recipe. I kind of just make it towards like a putty, you know, almost wood fill. You can work with your fingers and you mash it in there. I always tell myself, wear gloves. That was when I did this for real. I had gloves ready. I was so excited about getting in, kind of preoccupied about it, that completely forgot to put gloves on and got that Gorilla Glue all over my hands. Man, it took 2 days to get that stuff off. Yeah, I just take this knife and God, this is what a Stanley. I really like this as a marking knife. And I did a lot of unplugged woodworking. This is too bad there. Hey, I knew what I was doing here, not so much there. Oh man. Oh well, I'm sure there's people who'll comment on this. All right. There we go. Yeah, well, hey, that's what you do. I mean, I'll be filling some gaps around here. So it's the nature of this. First time trying it, so. Definitely work these individually with the slots. And take your sweet old time on those. To avoid the gaps. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to that front leg. All right. Hey, welcome back. Well, so now we've got this rough shaped and we've got it on that spindles. I split this spindle on the end, and so I took it off to glue it. The other one over here, the screw broke, so I had to pull it out, and then I had to pull that screw out. So I gotta drill a hole in there. It's kind of busted up and put a plug in, but that'll be fine. But we're gonna be working on getting, yeah, my rooster's going. Way to go, rooster. This fitted, and this back one fitted. There's gonna be a lot of on, off of these. So the first thing I wanna do is, I've got this pushed down as far as it's gonna go. Got my clamps on there. So I'm gonna get this measurement. I may have to adjust this because it might be at a slight angle, I'm not sure. But get that measurement, maybe add a little, cut this, take this off, put this in, and see how it fits, and see if I have to adjust this so there's a nice smooth, even fit between those two. Then pull it out, got to drill the dowel hole, and then that one will be ready to cut the profile. Then we get in, we see how it really looks. And yeah, I kind of cut around here. I should have left a little. I think it's going to get close on this side, but that'll be all right. But then we'll work on the back one, and I'll show you that when we get to it. Some issues I see. I mean, you got plenty going this way, so there's no problem there. But when this one comes forward, I don't know. We'll have to see how it looks once it's in. But yeah, we got a long journey yet, but we're coming to the end. And man, I can't wait to get rid of the cradle portion. Have these installed, all this installed, glued and installed. I mean, I'll do the plugs later, but I'll fill the gaps and everything and have it finished sanded. And then I can move on to the rocker portion. So yeah, So that's our goal. We'll see where we go from there. All right. See my new apron? Yeah, looking pretty good. Hey, comment about how good I look. And please feel free to lie. You know, I used to wear aprons all the time when I was building furniture in Costa Rica. So I always enjoyed them, but I hadn't had one since I got back here and built this shop. So I'm trying this one I found in Amazon. Someone recommended, I think it's Hudson Durable Goods. Again, they're not paying me to say this, and they don't know who I am. I don't know if you saw online, there's that one guy, Katz Moss, I think it's something like that. And he has a apron that specifically has a slot for a 6-inch square that you set there. I'm like, yeah, that's nice. But every time I looked at it, they were all sold out on my size. So I'm like, well, I guess I won't get that one. So far, I got this one. Feels good. I like it. It's wax canvas. Biggest thing for me is I want a pocket for my 6-inch Starrett rule. I love this thing. If there's any tool you should get and spend quality money on, it's a Starrett 6-inch rule with it just goes down to 16th and 1/8 on this side, and we got 32nd and 64th. Then on the side, it's got a 1/2 inch with increments from there. And man, I love this thing. I think I mentioned it in a past video, but I thought I lost it, so I bought another one. And it's in there, same thing. It's got the radiance. It looks newer, but same thing. I thought about giving it to my son-in-law, but yeah, he hasn't earned the right to have that yet. But that's the biggest thing. I want a pocket for that. Pens, pencils. There's a pocket for a phone, but I'm using it to film this. So, but it's got these pockets that insert. I got that in there, and then this flips up to give a big pocket and 2 small pockets there. It keeps the dust out. Hammer holders, but I wish they had a dedicated one. I mean, it might fit there, but for my tape measure, you know, I don't carry in here. The biggest I'll carry is a 16-inch, or 16-inch. Oh my word, 16 foot, maybe even a 12 foot I'll go down to, but don't need anything bigger than that. Yeah, this has got the straps, shoulders, and it's got that cross piece and buckles in there. But I like it so far. We'll see how it looks. I mean, you gotta admit, this looks really good. So, all right, we're gonna cut this and then pop that off and go for it. I like these parallel clamps. I mean, they're, oh, that one's coming loose. Oops. Yeah, I got these parallel clamps from Harbor Freight. You know, I love Harbor Freight. It used to be really synonymous with junk tools, but they're coming along. But clamps, you need a lot of clamps, and yeah, these so far are working great for what I need. I have this 48-inch one. I wanted to get another 24-inch one over here because that's so big it's hitting my ceiling. But they only had one at the store when I went there, so yeah. But we're gonna get those. We'll pull those off, put this in, see how it fits, and go from there. All right. I know everyone's all about using pencils and marking knives, and I like them. Just, this is sculpted furniture. This stuff's gonna get sanded off, so I'm not too worried about it. And if you watch Sam Maloof, he's got a Sharpie. That's how he uses. It's always fun. Okay. I don't know if I can get that all. It's going at an angle. Onto, and so you see if I cut the standard where the pattern laid, it wouldn't line up, so I got to readjust, and it's at an angle. The biggest thing is I want to get these lines marked. In that extreme, so I know where that dowel center is going to be. And then just shape it to that orientation. Yeah, I like this so far. I mean, I like having some measuring and marking tools on me, so I'm not looking for them. All right, gonna try some freehand in here on this one. See how she goes. All right. There we go. Yeah, this one is an odd place with regards to fitting on a rail. So I'm making a round, trying to get equal distance from this dowel hole. See how that looks. All right, well that's rough shape. It's gonna be a little skinnier than thought, but that's okay. It's the first time I ever shaped a leg like this, an odd shape. I think it's time to glue this in. Always worried about, did I forget something before I glue it? You know, it's like, oh, I shouldn't have glued it up. All right, we're back at it in the morning. Had a good time yesterday getting this fit and getting this arm fit and glued it in and shape, and this. Got a little gap. But yeah, it turned out nice. It's not like Scott Morrison's. His was more straight here and then narrowed. I just like that swoop look, like it's growing out of here, so that's what I went with. Got the dowel fitted, looks good. Yeah, I think that looks nice. Feels nice. Gotta fill there and there, but nothing too bad. All right, I cut down the extension for the arm, since this one doesn't get an arm. So used to building Maloof rockers that I did that with this one then. So it's in its slot. You want to make sure it's straight. It's at its 5-degree angle. And you just want to kind of mark a line there like I've got. But just a rough one, and I'm going to add some to it. Definitely leave that line. And but then we'll be cutting that off and that off. So, all right, let's do this. Yeah, definitely taking this off and putting it back on, taking it off, putting it back on, helps get this down. All right, it's pretty good. Now I really need to get this leg installed and glued in. All right, so I pulled everything apart. I sanded the underneath and all legs to 180. I mean, there'll be some more shaping underneath here with these 3 legs, but won't be much. Got this sand in the cradle portion sanded to 180. Filled in some spots there. That is a difficult spot to sand right down there, but you just gotta do it by hand. And then did all the spindles up to 180, except this one, it had a void in it, so I filled that. The thing you gotta think about is your steps, because if you get his video, Scott Morrison's video, which I recommend you get, it's a great reference. It was not necessarily a video made for instruction purposes, though he does tell you how to do certain things, but it was more chronicle. And one of the things is you see it, but he doesn't explain it, the glue up process. Okay, do this, then this step. And as I was sitting there sanding, I'm like thinking, okay, glue up the spindles, then that, then the legs, I mean the cradle rail legs, and I'm thinking, well, maybe I could glue up the spindles, and I realized, no, I got to get this leg in and then fit the rail to it, and I'll have to take out a few of the spindles right next to it like I did in the front, so it's best not to glue in those spindles. I was thinking about gluing them in, but then realized no. So I'm going to get this in, glue it in, and then once that's dry, although it's probably, doesn't matter if it's dry, because once this thing is in, it's not coming out. And then put the spindles back in and work on fitting the rail to this leg, because I'll be shooting a screw through this side into it. And then I'll probably shape this before I glue up the spindles, just get it shaped down underneath and on top. Then I think it would be, I'm going to glue the spindles in first, obviously, but not at the same time that I'm doing the rail. I'm going to glue them in, pop the rail in, just dry, and then put the screw in to hold it here, just so those spindles stay in their spot. And then once they're dry, might pop the rail and then fill all the gaps around the spindles. That might be easier to get to them without the rail. And once that's done, then pop the rail on and finish the joints, make sure they're looking nice. And I think it'll be on to the rocker portion. So yeah, we're gonna glue this up. I don't know if you remember this leg here, how I had to hammer it in, and I got to do that, but it's interesting having to fit this in a vise, but I don't want to be hammering with this hitting the thing, so it's going to be kind of at an angle, and just got to watch it and hammer it down. So pray for me on this one. Yeah, this one I'm just going to use PVA glue. I'm seriously considering doing the Gorilla Glue on the spindles just so they hold well, because a few of them get twisted up when they're aligned with the rail. But I don't know. That stuff, it's great glue, but man, when it expands, it's quite the mess and cleanup. But we'll see. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that was up there. Whew. Crying out loud. Glasses are dusty. There we go. That brought her home. All right. All right, yeah, we're back. So my camera died and didn't get to see me. You saw me shaping this leg with the burr. You didn't get to see me finish it with the rasp. See if I can get a picture of that for you. All right, there it is shaped in with the swoop growing out of the chair there. So now the left legs are all installed. They're glued in, tops and lowers. Just the right legs aren't yet. I think we're ready to glue up the spindles. Like I said, I'm going to glue the spindles in, put the rail on, that way they'll hold. I'm not going to glue the rail in yet. Just let it hold overnight. Then sand all these even. Fill the gaps, then take the rail off, smooth it all out, make it look nice, then glue the rail on. And I think we'll be somewhat done with this section, and then moving on to the rocker. All right, there she goes. All right, let's wipe some of this off. Definitely if you glue this up at this point, put tape over this and just cut out for the slots. And I think it should be better with your cleanup. So, all right, live and learn. Hey, but I'm enjoying the journey. This was a good day. I got a lot done on this. Made some progress. This cradle portion really takes a lot of work. And you think, am I ever going to get to the rocker point? But, hey, it's looking good. Looking like the picture. All right, so, all right. So we're back. Got the spindles all glued in there. Rock solid. Sanded them. Yeah, that's live and learn. Never really thought about that. Oh, plane going over. But if you're gonna use Gorilla Glue in any sense, definitely tape. Almost like you're painting. And it'll really save you some time. It took me a couple hours to get in there and sand it. It's not perfect, but looks pretty good. And then I filled some of the gaps you can see. But yeah, I taped up the spindles where it's gonna drop and the rail itself. And gonna use PVA glue on, well, I don't know. We'll see. I may use, I'm a glutton for punishment. I may use Gorilla Glue on this. Yeah, here's the cradle all taped up, so, yep. Oh, I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm gonna do Gorilla Glue for crying out loud. Oh, wow. That went on beautiful once they were glued in. Yes. There we go. Well, that wasn't so bad. All right, the cradle's in and it's not coming out. Woo, all right. It's finally, I'm done with this. Might do a little sanding and a little filling. But the cradle portion is done. This is glued on. That thing's not going anywhere. I'll fill this when I shape and put the plug in here. But yeah, I got the underside sanded, finished, and these legs, the left bottom legs, and wow, that was quite the journey. I mean, I did enjoy it, learned a lot. I had never done this cradle before. I built many rockers, but this was a learning experience, and you know, I did my best for my daughter. I see some errors, you know, that I'm like, okay, I can improve on that and watch for that. I would do it this way, but overall, yeah, I think it turned out great. Want to thank Scott Morrison for his designing this. You know, he's awesome, and then coming up with these plans. And so, yeah, I'm excited. Now it's on time to move on to the rocker, and I think it'll flow much faster with that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this journey so far. I hope you enjoyed the building. I think it took a total of 82 hours I'm at right now. Could probably speed it up, but you know, I don't want to hurry up to damage anything or make something bad. I mean, I still got to put the plugs in, but that won't be much. But yeah, this is a good journey. Hope you enjoy it, and I hope you look forward to moving on the rocker portion and getting this thing finished for my daughter. All right, until the next video, keep building, and as always, enjoy your journey, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.